ProPokerTactics.com.
What skills do you think are important for people who want to play Texas Hold'em? What skills should they be looking at, honing themselves?
The most important skill, I would say, is discipline. It's probably also one of the tougher skills to learn. You generally will only get that with experience. I mean, you pick up a hand like queens or kings, and it's a very good starting hand. However, if an ace comes on the flop and people are betting into you, you have to be able to lay it down, and that's a number one mistake most new players will not make. They will not release hands that they know are losers. That I think is probably the most important skill, is discipline. Also, being able to leave a winner and leave a loser are the two toughest things. So, I mean, when you're up, you want to keep going and get up more, but at the same time, you have to leave. Whereas if you're a loser, you just want to get out even. So it's tough also to leave like that.
So what do you do if you're winning? Are you saying that then go home maybe even earlier than you would have because you're up and take your win, and if you're losing, don't get deeper?
Sometimes. I mean, it'll depend on the game. I mean, a lot of people just like to sit down and double up and then go. But I figure if I've doubled up that quickly, I'm probably going to be able to keep going. I generally like to play as long as I feel I can beat the game and I'm still playing my best poker. If for some reason I'm tired or I'm getting a couple bad beats and things just aren't going well, I have trouble doing it, but I generally try and get up and leave the game, because poker is a never-ending game. You can always sit and come tomorrow.
Right. Okay. Good. And what are some? So those are some of the skills: discipline, and which includes and which comes with experience and includes being able to leave a winner or leave a loser and not just stay until you get stuck. I know that's my dad's biggest problem.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah. No.
My dad does not. You're the same as him.
Yeah.
That's right. He mentioned that. You guys, you just do not like losing, and so you'll stay and try to make it back. And quite often, I know he does. I imagine you do too. But it's maybe not the best advice.
It's too dangerous.
It is. And so be able to win and be able to lose and be able to walk away when you're no longer playing your best game, irregardless of your wins or loss, perhaps, right?
Yeah.
Don't let the fact that you just won a lot or lost a lot have you make it more or less whether you think you can continue to beat the game if you're playing top. Would you agree?
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. So what is other than that, what would you say is are the most common mistakes that you see with these inexperienced players that you sit with, especially in 2-4? You probably see it all day.
In 2-4, a lot of people will just, if they have any hope at winning the hand, I don't know if it's an adrenaline thing or something, they feel that if they win the hand, it's tremendous. They don't mind however much they're going to have to pay to win the hand. If you don't have a good drawing hand and you're not getting the correct odds from the pot, and you're already beat going in, basically you should just be looking for an excuse every hand to fold. If you don't have the best, you should be looking for a reason to get out. If you do have the best, you should be betting. But if you don't, just get out. And that's what a lot of players will not do. I mean, I've had people at the 2-4 table call me with queen high because they thought I was bluffing, and I was, but I had a king and I still beat them. So they've got to know that if you think I'm bluffing, that's fine, and you can raise me, but just calling will not do anything, right? It'll just cost you more money.
Right. So they're going in with nothing, staying in with nothing, and being passive about it.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. And what else? Because I'm sure you see lots. This would be a hot topic right now.
I would say, like I mentioned earlier, just the ability to release hands. If you have a pocket pair, yes, it's good. However, if a bunch of overcards come on the flop, if you have pocket tens, an ace, king, and a 9 come, someone has an ace or a king, and if you call all the way to the river and don't hit your third 10, you're going to lose the hand and you're going to lose a bunch of money, but you just refuse to let go of your good pre-flop starting hand. Or the same thing, if you have ace, king, and an ace or a king doesn't come, you don't have a good hand anymore, but a lot of people will just bet out the entire way, even if they're getting raised.
Right, and well, they might think, okay, like an ace or a king may still show up and give them the biggest one, but so you're saying that it's not worth staying in and finding that out.
I'm saying you can play it aggressively, bet the whole way, but if someone raises you, they probably have at least a pair and they're not going anywhere.
Even at 2-4?
Even at 2-4.
They might not just have queen high that time.
No, generally 2-4 players, if they're raising, it means they have something for the most part. Most people will just call even if they have the top pair or whatever.
Right. Now, by the way, the 2-4 at the River Rock is the lowest level of, as far as betting of Texas Hold'em in the poker room. Now, one of the things that I've heard people say is, you can't win any money at 2-4 because the stakes are too small. In your sessions, let's say an average session, 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
What's the most you would win or lose? What would be the range actually of win and a range of loss?
The range of win and loss. Generally, I cash in $100, and generally I cash out about 170 to 200 around there. So I generally make about $70 to $100 in a 4 or 5 hour session. Sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're shorter. The thing is, people will say, and I agree, yes, you can't make any money on 2-4 because most players, or at least professional players, their goal is to win 2 big bets per hour. So if you're playing a 30-60 game, it's $120 an hour, which is a nice job. But if you're playing 2-4, that's $8 an hour, which is no good, right? But at the same time, I've sat in 2-4 for 3-4 hours and left with $350 profit. Not so much because I'm playing that well, just because of some of the players are so poor that in essence they're paying me to sit with them. So I mean, it can be incredibly profitable just because of the newness of the player sometimes.
To hear more of that interview, visit propokertactics.com.